Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today for this webinar in which we will discuss the funding opportunities with the EU for digital and space companies. My name is Amiad, and I'm a Business Development Manager here at Argentum, and until lately, I was a grant consultant and writer and project manager within the company. Before I start, allow me to give you a very brief introduction to our company. Argentum specializes in EU non-dilutive research and innovation funding. Our company was established in 1999 and has 30 employees, divided into 3 departments: business development, strategy, and consulting. Our vision is to target funding opportunities and to enhance participation and success in multinational research and innovation projects. Argentum is aligned with the EU goals and works closely with local NCPs in order to deepen the understandings of EU directives, guidelines, and value chains. It is Argentum's objective to become the leading expert in cooperation between overlapping technological sectors within the EU. The EU's budget for the years 2021 to 2027 is just over 1.2 trillion euros, and you can see how it is distributed in the chart. We work with over 90 funding sources. The first stage of funding is to choose the call proposal. When a company chooses a grant for submission, they should consider the following criteria: what field, whether bottom up is a call that is open to all fields of technology, whereas top down would be a specific call that's aligned with the EU's agenda and goals. They should always consider the type of funding mechanism, either the European one supported by the EU, like Horizon Europe, bilateral, which is a collaboration between 2 countries, or a national funding incentive. In addition, they should consider the type of application procedure as well, whether the submission is a single applicant or a collaboration project or a consortium. The choice should be made according to the company's needs and strategy, and while considering the success rate of each opportunity. The vision behind the EU grants under Cluster 4 is the shaping of competitive and trusted technologies for the European industry with global leadership in key areas. This is to enable production and consumption to respect our plant's abilities and maximizing the benefit of society in the variety of social, economical, and territorial contexts within Europe. This will build a competitive, digital, low carbon, and circular industry, ensure sustainable support of raw materials, develop advanced materials, and provide the basis for advantages and innovation in global challenges to society. Within Cluster 4, the EU is addressing calls to provide those advantages and innovations to reach the goals set. They divided the cluster to 4 areas: enabling technologies, Earth observation, sustainable industries, and AI and robotics. By digital transformation, I mean the acceleration of the green and digital transformation of the industry, which is part of the European industrial strategy. The idea behind space research is that space tech is independable for our lives today, be it through satellites, mobile phones, transportation management, global challenges, sort of as climate changes, and navigational systems. All of these are key transitions of the industry into a more green industry. Here you can see an example of a call within the cluster within Horizon Europe. The topic is Earth observation technologies for the mining life cycle in support of EU autonomy and transition to a climate neutral economy. The initials of the RIA or RIA means research and innovation actions. The RIA calls are usually for less mature products that are far from the market and are 100% funded by the Horizon program with no need for matching funding. This specific call is with a budget of 13.5 million euros, and it is split to 3 winning projects that will each receive 4.5 million euros. The objectives of this specific call are to unlock potential Earth observation technology and to enable the transition to a climate-neutral circular economy. In addition to the Horizon Europe funding opportunities, the European Space Agency, or ESA, provides some as well. Typically, the budgets for the projects will be up to 2 million euros with an ongoing submission all year long. This is available for EU member states only, with the requirement of being an SME, research institute, or a university. ESA targets projects that offer new commercial services from space assets, such as communication, Earth observation, and satellite navigation. The proposal process has 3 stages of a pitch questionnaire, an online outline of the proposal submission, and the last step is of a full proposal submission. Eureka offers many funding opportunities with a focus on closer to market projects, and it is open for the 22 EU member states only. 3 examples for calls within the Eureka are Eureka IA 2020, where you would be helping to develop a sustainable energy transition, SMART, that are projects to support the adoption, integration, and upscaling of advanced and disruptive manufacturing technologies. Your input could help production companies navigate the global shift to advanced manufacturing. And last, ETA 3, that enables software innovation projects in the smart mobility, smart cities, energy, healthcare, manufacturing, engineering, and safety and security sectors. The participation in this section is open for SMEs, research institutes, and universities. All topics under this section are subject to the provision of the Digital Europe Program Regulation. Those topics cover EU capacities in quantum communication, an emerging field that will be of high strategic value in the development and deployment of secure communication and secure data, applications and services, and which will enable the EU and its member states to safeguard sensitive governmental data and critical infrastructure against potential interference. The budget to be implemented via the dedicated cybersecurity work program is 269 million euros, and the total amount for the section is a little over 1.5 billion euros. After showing you a number of specific calls and funding directions, and before sharing you with the real value, which is beyond the funding, I would like to pose a few different, more general funding opportunities that are available for the digital and space industry. As mentioned, the funding mechanism differs across funding opportunities, and the budget per project differs according to each program. On this slide, you can see the bottom-up opportunities, which are general and open for all kinds of technological innovations. The Eurostars program and the EIC Pathfinder accept the participation methodology of a consortium, whereas the EIC Accelerator allows for single participants. You can see the budget that each of these opportunities have per winning project. It is highly important to understand the value beyond the funding. For one, EU-funded projects are facilitators of good collaboration. They immensely help to bridge gaps with other partners, especially from different European countries. This also opens the path to collaboration in research, including external performance review. Lastly, Horizon Europe, and by extension, all the funding opportunities of the EU, are highly competitive and prestigious programs, which would raise the rating of any company that wins their grants. The fourth cluster of the Horizon Europe program accepts a certain kind of participation method, which is through consortia, collaboration projects. This is a collaborative project between 3 or more participants, usually from different EU states and associated countries. The first stage of consolidating a consortium is to match the proposal call to a company that is looking to work on an application which aligns very well with the call. In many of the cases, this participant would be the concept leader of the consortium. After this stage, there comes a targeting of participants who will work on applications that will work with or supplement the application of the concept leader. The contributing participants come from different areas of expertise to work on their developments, yet aiding to the development of the application of the concept leader. Finally, a consortium coordinator is assigned to the whole project. This could be one of the participants in some cases, and in others, an external entity. It is up to the coordinator to target partners and to have all the procedure with the European Commission. This being said, there are other funding sources that allow for a single application to participate, as I mentioned before. As to what we have to offer, we know that the abundance of funding opportunities out there can become challenging to navigate because of the complexity that is part of the submission process, in addition to many details and guidelines that every funding opportunity has. We have developed a unique method to increase our clients' access to funding while minimizing their efforts. We call this our multi-submission approach, which is in a nutshell what we call submit to one, submit to all. By following this method of submission, our strategists and consultants would be able to get a firmer grip on the activity of your company, especially your technology and R&D. This allows us to write better submission proposals because we gain more depth and knowledge. Moreover, as a submitting company, which will apply to various opportunities, you will have less to work with, be it financially or in terms of manpower, because we will work with your technology and tailor it to fit multiple proposal calls. Lastly, this method immensely raises the chances of winning a grant. This slide offers an overview of our proposal preparation process. The initial step starts with a kickoff meeting, which is followed by the work of a strategist who is in charge of finding proposal calls that are relevant to the activity of your company. This then moves on to the second stage, which is to consolidate a consortium if the program requires more than one participant. Otherwise, the process goes on to the coordination process, which is done by our development team. Finally, it reaches the consultants who write the proposal and submit it online after the revision of a team leader. It is important to point out that the process is always adaptable. As a long-term client, we are always out on the lookout to find new publications that are open up and that are in the inner strategy of your company. Later on, our marketing team will send a follow-up email. You are welcome to book a call via the link that will be in that email, or book a slot directly in our one-on-one event, which you will also receive an email. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for your time today.